Hey everyone, welcome to another reading vlog. So we are past the midway point of the month. I've only finished one book so far, so let's change that, alright? So this week the main goal is finishing a book, and the book that I think I have most chances of finishing at this point is Master Artificer by Justin Call. So I'll talk a little bit more about it later, give you a premise and all of those things, and a little bit of an update about my process with it. But yeah, it is one that I started at the end of May, and then at that point in time I was in a reading slump, and that book just really didn't match well with that slump, so I decided to put it down at that point, and I picked it back up last week. So I am about midway through it, and so we will be attempting to finish it throughout this week. Now, apart from that, like the past 2 weeks, I've also had like goals of continuing on with all of my books that I was currently reading. I might still do that, but I'm not really going to force myself to do it. But I do also need to stay on track for the Lemmy's read along. So those are kind of my two goals: finish a book and stay on track for the Lemmy's read along. That's basically what I intend to do throughout this week. In terms of activities, this week isn't super busy or anything like that, but the Olympic Games do start on Friday, and so Sunday will be a day in which I will be quite actively involved in sports, because it'll be the qualification sessions for gymnastics, and I just signed up for a month of Eurosport in order to be able to watch all of them. Hey guys, it is a Wednesday, it is a national holiday, which means I have the whole day off, but it's almost midday because I am playing a game. I am playing Lara Croft Tomb Raider. I've had this game on my PC for a while already without ever doing anything with it, so I'm finally getting around to it. But it's definitely the intention that I try to stop myself at some point here so that I can, have lunch first of all, but also read a little bit more, edit a little bit more, because I do also want to use this day off for reading. But I did definitely also want to finally get around to some gaming. I do also want to play some Civilization as well, but we'll have to see. Like, I've already played quite a while today, so we'll see whether I manage to get some productivity done and or am able to game even more. Alright, my reading got derailed. I am still playing Tomb Raider. It is 7 o'clock at night. So I started before lunchtime, and it's 7 o'clock at night and still going strong. I need to stop it now because I actually need to edit a video that should have been out now. It should have been out yesterday. Alright guys, I clearly was able to finally get away from the laptop, not really the laptop, from the Jesus, cat. From the computer. My cat is also like, will you finally come and sit down into the sofa with me? I know, baby. But so, I basically also gave you guys, to some extent, a wrong ID, because I did do some reading already today. In the morning, I caught up to Les Miserables. Caught up, you said, weren't you caught up? I was caught up, but on Monday, I guess, I didn't fully read the segment that I needed to. And then on Tuesday in the morning, I did a little bit of catching up to it, but then in the afternoon, I basically didn't get any reading done, I think. And so I had to catch up today. But so that's what I did this morning, caught up to Les Miserables. We are basically still like very early days in the musical. I am like 370 pages in at this point in time, and we are basically picking up Cosette from the Thénardier establishment at this point in time, which makes it so that I have Master of the House, the song from the musical, in my head at all times now, which is fun because I love that song. But in any case, I am definitely enjoying this part of the book a lot as well, because even though we're taking our time with this is so much longer than that like 3 minutes long song in the musical, but it's not like, it's not overly adding stuff to it, you know. It's adding stuff to it, but it's also entertaining to read those things. So definitely finding my groove with Les Miserables at this point in time. There have definitely been passages in this that aren't as easy. There's a whole passage that explains like the Battle of Waterloo. And I'm not entirely sure yet why it was actually in there, but those types of things are kind of like, they can be a little bit of a struggle to get through. But when it comes to the actual story, when the plot is progressing, even though the plot progresses a lot slower than the musical, it is still great fun to read it. But so the main book that I was reading that I haven't really updated you guys on is Master Artificer by Justin Call. This is just the dust jacket, because I do not have the dust jacket on the physical copy anymore, and I'm also going to put the dust jacket down now because my arm that's holding up the camera is tired. Oh, so let me support that arm for a second there. I have definitely been enjoying Master Artificer now. Like, I think somewhere on Sunday when I was reading for a while in it, at that point in time is really when I got my groove into this story, and now I'm really very much eager to pick it up again and to continue on into the story. I will definitely say that the first book, Master of Sorrows, only has Anef's point of view, I think, and in this one we do introduce a lot more of POVs, and I still mainly prefer Anef's POV. There definitely are some other perspectives that I also like, but basically this one sets off with 3 main perspectives that we're following, and then later on in the book we introduce some others. But so out of those 3 main perspectives that we start this book with, I only like Anef's, and so whenever those 2 other perspectives return into the story, my pacing goes down a little bit. But so I am hoping to continue on with it now because I finally been able to quit gaming, and so I'm going to keep away from the desktop for the remainder of the evening and just make sure that I get a little bit ahead in Master Artificer. Ideal scenario was that today I was going to read part 4, for example, but I didn't really set out any intention to do that neither, because I wanted today to be a day in which, in the moment itself, I could decide what I wanted to do with this day. And so in the end, I decided to game, clearly. But so I do want to catch up to that section that I didn't get around to yesterday evening because I lost track of time, I guess. And all of a sudden, it was time for the Buffy watch-along. I also kind of forgot about it until last minute. So potentially that's also part of the reason. But so I'll be doing that now because I'm really looking forward to progressing into this story again. But so Master Artificer is a sequel to Master of Sorrows, which is a sort of like epic fantasy series. It will take place in sort of like 12 parts, I think, in the end. And in it we are following our protagonist called Anef, and basically this is supposed to be a villain origin story. Now, we definitely have not gotten to the part yet where Anef is a villain. Anef is still, at this point in time, when I'm halfway through the second book, solidly a hero in my books. He's very much a sort of like do-good character. He does have some sort of like petty ideas from time to time, and he has some sort of like ruthlessness that he at least contemplates from time to time. But at his core, he's somebody who strives. But at his core, he's trying to do good. He's trying to be good to the people around him. And so it'll be very interesting to see how we will make him into a villain over the course of this series. The first book very much sets out with the idea of Anef being a boy who has a sort of like secret to hide. Because in the town in which he grows up, he cannot tell anybody about the fact that he is disabled, because disability is seen as a sign of evil. Now, Anef was born with one hand, however, he has a magic prosthetic that hides this condition from the people around him. It is kind of sort of like magic school setting, even though magic is kind of the evil force within this world, so to speak, or at least what the teachers are teaching them is that magic is something that needs to be hunted down and needs to be stored away into a vault for safekeeping. I'm not going to tell you anything more than that, but I very much enjoyed it, and the first book has a whole lot of interesting discussions around ableism. Second book hasn't dived into that too much at this point in time. There are a few characters who have to deal with disability who haven't had to deal with it before, but so there's a lot of like internalized ableism in their storylines. There hasn't been a whole lot of sort of like the positive sides to discussing ableism, disability, as it was the case within the first one. So know that going into the second book that, it doesn't focus as much on that, at least as far as I've gotten to at this point in time. have I been doing anything since I told you guys that I was gonna start reading? Watching BookTube. So yeah, about to start reading now, but it is actually the time that I normally go to bed, so probably won't be making up to what I ideally would have liked to read on Tuesday, but hey, we go at the pace we go at, and we'll just see where we land at the end of this week. Alright guys, this is not going to be a great reading week because the new expansion pack for The Sims just came out, so I was originally going to wait, but I saw people downloading it and I just had immediate FOMO, so I have just downloaded it, just installed it, and I'm going to be starting my game now. Good morning guys, it's Friday morning, best day of the week. In terms of reading this week is really not really going well, I guess, because I am up to date on Les Mis, so I'm keeping up to speed on that, and I'm in a really thrilling passage. I know the musical, so I kind of know what needs to be happening here, so I should not be as anxious for Jean Valjean as I am at the moment, but it's really written quite thrilling, so I would definitely say if you try to read Les Miserables and you're struggling with the beginning, for example, because the beginning is really not that thrilling, and it's really I'm not entirely sure why he made the decisions he made to start the way that he started with this book. And there definitely are some more difficult passages to get into with the beginning, with a later section about Waterloo, for example, but a whole lot of it is written in a very interesting, very sort of engaging style. So the vast majority so far of what I've read, and I am probably around 400 pages in at this point in time, the vast majority of that has been very compelling. So I would say maybe skip over certain passages, or switch to the audiobook for a while when you're struggling, in order to kind of get to those passages that then are more interesting. I think if you've finished the first volume, Fantine, and have never felt compelled, then disregard everything I just said. But if you have had moments in the Fantine part in which you were captured, in which your attention was really engaged, then more of that is to come, and there's definitely enough in this book that you might enjoy. But so I am up to speed with that, but I have barely gotten any time in to read Master Artificer, because not only did I finally start Tomb Raider this week, yesterday evening I downloaded The Sims 4 Cottage Living, and today is the start of the Olympic Games. So will I finish Master Artificer this week? I don't know, because the last 2 days I've only read 1 or 2 chapters in the evening right before going to bed. And so I'm still not where I wanted to be Tuesday evening, for example, and we're already Friday mornings. Saturday morning, it is officially 1 week until, it's 1 week until the end of the month. I have yet to finish a second book. And the funny thing is that I still don't consider myself to be in a slump at the moment. I really was in a slump between the end of May and the beginning of June, but I'm really not slumping with reading now. It's just that I'm not finishing stuff. It's also that I'm allowing myself other stuff, of course. I'm gaming a lot more this month, and the Olympic Games have started yesterday, so that is also going to take some time and things like that. But yeah, this is probably the worst reading month in a very long time in that sense. It's been 13 days since I finished the book, and that at that point in time it was 15 days since I had finished the book, I think. So we'll probably get there as well, because I don't think that I'm going to be able to finish Master Artificer this week. I am now at page 645 or something like that, so I am 220 pages or so away from finishing it. But yeah, during this weekend, a lot of my time is going to be spent elsewhere. But so yeah, today I am going to go shopping, because I need groceries for my evening nights spent with gymnastics. So I'm going to get junk food, energy drinks, snacks, all of that jazz. And of course, just some regular food, because I always go shopping on Saturday. And then I also need to go and get my mother a gift because tomorrow is her... No, oh shit. Which day is it today? If it is the 24th, then I definitely need to call my mother because it is her birthday today. If it's not, if it's like already the 25th, then shame on me. But it's the 24th today, right? So yeah, my mother's birthday is today, but we are going, like me and my sister are going over there tomorrow. And so yeah, I need a gift for her. Alright, I'm returning to the land of the living. I was gonna go to bed early tonight because then I can more easily wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. But apparently that didn't end up happening because I decided to play Civilization and I did not manage to stop. So I did it in one go and it was so frustrating as well because I was on such a good roll, but I lost like when I had like 20 turns, so the entire game takes 500 turns, and I had 20 turns left in order to win the science victory, and I got beaten on culture, so yeah, great. But we were very close to victory, which doesn't happen very often for me when I'm playing Civ, so I'm getting better, I guess, so yeah, better luck next time. But so I am now going to go to sleep because I absolutely need to in order to be able to wake up tomorrow. I have to check now at what time it starts so that I definitely don't put my alarm clock for the wrong time. Because I know it's around 3, but I think it's somewhat before 3, so I need to make sure that I get the proper time in. So hey guys, 7:30. I'm finally leaving my sort of like obsessed with gymnastics mindset because I have been back for a while, but I have been watching some gymnastics stuff on YouTube and things like that. But Team Belgium qualified. I must say that I'm like the worst when it comes to following Team Belgium clearly because I was one of the people who was saying like no way that we can make the team finalists, but we did so good. We came out 5th, and basically apparently somebody made a mistake on vault and they did like a different vault than they're supposed to do it, and perhaps we could have even ended up as 4th if she would have done the proper one, which is just like mind-boggling to me. I mean, I'm definitely very excited and stressed about finals now, because you know we did a very good job today, so we need to be like super consistent, super clean in order to do this again on Tuesday. But so yeah, I'm very much looking forward to finals on Tuesday now. I'm going to be watching it together with my friends. But so it is 7:30. I have been awake for 16.5 hours now, but we are still doing strong. I had a couple of minutes in which I was kind of starting to nod off earlier, but you know, now I'm back in full force, full strength. I will be attempting to do some reading now, which can easily deteriorate because that's going to be me using my brain power and might mean that my brain is going to be like, hey, I'm actually tired, let's go to sleep now. This is a very dangerous reading position. Alright, yeah, that wasn't smart. I already fell asleep a few times. So most likely this is the final update for today. But I'll let you guys know tomorrow where I got to, because at this point in time, I need to go charge that battery. Hey everyone, it is Monday lunchtime and it's time for me to round off this reading vlog. So the goal for this vlog was to finish Master Artificer by Justin Call, of which I still don't have the dust jacket on, but so Master Artificer I did not finish, but I am like, oh damn it, you cannot see my bookmark. Oh, sorry cat. So, okay, got it. So I am close to finishing it. I am like some 150 pages away, I would say, from finishing it. So that's gonna be moved to next week's reading goal. Finish it before the end of July is the new goal, I guess, for this one. But I have enjoyed my time with it so far this week, and I'm just very happy that I'm back into, the swing of things with this book, back to fully enjoying this book and, wanting to pick it up, wanting to continue on with it, and, spending, like having it be my priority read without needing to force myself to be my priority read. And then aside from that, I basically only proceeded in one other book this week, and that is Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. I am quite a way through already. This is like some 40%, I would say, probably, that I'm into this one. But so yeah, I have still to finish a second book in the month of July, but that's hopefully gonna be the case for next week's reading vlog. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog. It was one in which I mainly talked about gymnastics and gaming, because that's mainly what I've been doing this week. But we are more than just our love of books, and so I'm happy that I was also able to talk about some of my other stuff. And there's an annoying fly buzzing around here in my shots. But so yeah, on that note, hope you guys enjoyed this vlog and see you guys for the next one.